Kāpēc?
Kāpēc? Kāpēc? The big question is kāpēc? Why did we move to Latvia? My name is Sniedze and I come from Latvia. Rafa is our son and he's 9 months old.
And my name is Anthony and I come from France. I was a dance teacher and Sniedze was my student, so we've met in one of my dance classes.
I lived in Latvia all through my first 20 years of life and then I moved to the UK. I moved to the UK to study architecture and to gain some new experience. I have lived in England, I have lived in Scotland and in France as well. It's been 10 years since I've been away.
I'm from the Alps. The biggest city, the closest one is Geneva in Switzerland, but yeah, I'm on the French border. I lived there for about 21 years and then I moved to England for professional reasons. I wanted to become a fashion designer and a tailor. So I found a job in lingerie in England. I worked there for 10 years and alongside I was a dance teacher. But yeah, I've spent 10 years in the UK and we've moved back in September in Riga.
So when I left Latvia 10 years ago, I always knew I'm going to come back. I left with the sense that I want to learn things, I want to experience things, but then I want to bring back the experience. And when I met Anthony, I told him I'm going to go back to Latvia. And when Raphael was born, I told him we need to go back to Latvia. And I'm very grateful to my husband that he wasn't scared and that he joined me in this journey. And now we're all three of us here, so it's sort of strange. I never thought that I'm going to come back with the family when I left. So I left alone and we came back, three of us. But it's been great experience.
And maybe another reason why we decided to come back, it's a bit more political, I suppose. We were living in the UK. Maybe nothing will happen, nothing will change, but the result at the time of Brexit, let's say, didn't force us to move, but give us a good boost to think of maybe let's consider to go somewhere else. We were together for 6 years by the time, yes. And we knew that we wanted to go somewhere else, and we were considering Scotland at the time. But then Raphael comes in and we say we need Latvian roots for Raphael, so Latvia was an easy option then.
I have started my own company instead of returning to work, which has been a bit of a challenge and it's still going on. But I'm trying to juggle the work and the baby. Well, at the moment I'm taking it sort of slow and easy because it's half-time work, half-time baby, but eventually I'm sure it's going to be full-time and full-on, and I'll be very happy if I can use all the experience I've gained abroad.
I work for a company called Grow Glass, which is probably one of the most Western mentality company that I've heard of in Latvia. It wasn't difficult to find a job in Latvia, no. Your Move contacted me to say we've got offers and would you be interested? So I said, yeah, I'll give it a shot. At the moment, I'm the only foreigner, so to speak. We speak all day in English. The whole team speaks in English. Yeah, even though I think we are 14 in the team, 13 of them being Latvian. If we have a meeting, for instance, everybody will make the effort to speak English to make sure that I understand everything. Doesn't exclude the fact that I will learn Latvian, but it's definitely a help and a bonus to feel welcome and part of a team at the moment. So nothing to worry about with Your Move. Come on, show the example, man. Don't be a whinging French man. You Latvian. Yeah. And I can say anything I want about you, yeah? I'll put help on the side there. Yeah. What annoys me about Latvia, I'm very fond of carbs, but through pasta, not through potatoes. I like potatoes, but only 6 days a week, not 7. The language. No disrespect to anybody in Latvia, I love you all guys. But this is just the Windows version that hasn't been updated. It's an Indo-European language from what I understand from the 12th century. And again, from the small knowledge I've got of it, it hasn't been updated much since. Which is great because, to be honest, the best Windows version we know is Windows 7. So The language is fascinating. The way you're using the alphabet and the mouth, it's a very intriguing process for me at the moment. But I really like it. I'm looking forward to be able to understand what I'm talking about. I tried to find Latvian courses to learn Latvian via the French language first. French being my mother tongue, it's a bit difficult to find a course to learn Latvian from French. Easier, I suppose, with English. Janis and the team, when I started coming in this country, the first word they told me was this. The part I've missed the most, of course, is my family. My mum being in the Alps, and then again, my brother being in Australia. If I'll be in London, Paris or Riga, it makes no difference. But other than that, we're making our own one here, so it's just, it's not the end of something, it's the start of a new one.
I think that any family considering to move to Latvia, especially if they're a Latvian family or one of the parents is a Latvian, is a thing to do, because for us it was important for the baby to have a sense of belonging somewhere where he comes from, and to understand the culture and the heritage that he has. And I think to fully embrace it, it's important to be in Latvia, because for us, our son is going to be exposed to Latvian culture only here, whilst the French culture he will of course go and visit, but French culture is more global, and you have films and literature available to learn the language and everything. Latvia is such a small country, it's quite limited resources on learning the language, learning the culture. You have to be here to embrace it. And obviously there are challenges, but there are so many more valuable things that you can gain from coming here, and there's always going to be support. And your move has been incredible with helping with the move, because it helped to show Anthony what sort of things we need to consider. All the information was available readily on the website, and yes, I think that was one of the best sources for information before we moved.
Definitely. So, français, si vous avez un compagnon ou une compagne lettonne, n'ayez pas peur. Si vous êtes déjà venu en vacances, c'est la même chose, ça change pas. Le temps est ce qu'il est, mais les gens sont quand même plutôt sympas. Il y a vraiment des opportunités de travail. La communauté française est en train de grandir, mais on a aussi besoin de plus de personnes, je pense. Il y a toujours moyen de trouver quelque chose à faire. Et je pense que si ça vous dit de changer un peu de pays, de voir une autre culture, la Lettonie, c'est pas très loin de la France, ça va pas vous déraciner non plus de trop, mais suffisamment pour apprécier la beauté de l'Europe.
Sarežģīt kaut kas man nebija licies, kas man likās, ka man tā vienmēr būs. Man likās, ka latviešu valoda ir tāda lieta, kas nemainīsies. Bet pēc 10 gadu prombūtnes izrādās tomēr, ka spēja tekoši un labi runāt latviešu valodā nenāk nemaz tik viegli. Ir jāpiedomā, ir jāstrādā un ir jātrenējas. Un ģimenē mēs pat labi runājam angļu valodā. Tas tā kā kompromiss ar franču un latviešu valodām. Bet ar mazo es vienmēr runāju latviski un ar savu ģimeni es runāju latviski. Bet tas tā vienmēr ir tādā vieglā, virspusīgā veidā. Attiecīgi tā nopietni izteikties un profesionāli izteikties. Tas tomēr tagad jau ir pārgājis uz angļu valodu. Tāpēc ir ļoti svarīgi atgriezties pirms vēl tas viss ir pazaudēts. Vai arī vismaz censties arī profesionālas lietas un nopietnas lietas vismaz domāt latviešu valodā, ne tikai angļu.
Latvian people should come back to Latvia. There is so much potential in this place, and we need everyone, I think. And I'm saying we. I know I'm not Latvian yet, but definitely it's growing in my heart. And we need everyone to come back, whether it's Riga, Cēsis, Jelgava, Liepāja, Ventspils. I did my geography. You need everyone on board, because this country will become an important part of Europe in maybe the next 15 to 20 years. to be able to change in 20 years, you need to start now, because there's going to be so much to do, and certain generation are going to move on and going to pass. I definitely think if anybody has the opportunity to come back to Latvia, you should do so, definitely.
So yeah, don't be scared. Do
Come
your
back.
move.